Skip and skip X and bed X share clothes he kicked our ass. Notre Dame's Mike McGlinchey says the Fighting Irish's new strength coach. Matt Bollies got the team prepared for the coming season. Lake and Littman / into Star Sep 19. 2015. South Bend. In USA. Notre Dame Fighting Irish offensive lineman Mike McGlinchey, 68, against the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets at Notre Dame Stadium. Mandatory credit, RVR Photos USA Today Sports, photo, Bob Russito. RVR Photos USA Today Sports right parenthesis South Bend 1 position group Brian Kelly doesn't need to worry about coming off the 4-8 season as his offensive line. The unit returns 4 of 5 starters who enter the season with a combined 75 career starts. Includes 2 preseason All-America players. And has depth. Double quote we single quote Ray going to rely on an outstanding offensive line. Kelly said in his season opening news conference. The group is led by left tackle Mike McGlinchey and left guard Quentin Nelson. Sam Mustipher returns at center and Alex Bars at right guard. Tommy Creamer, William Chunberg and Robert Hensey are all competing for the starting right tackle job as fall camp gets underway. The group resembles Notre Dame's 2015 offensive line, which had 68 career starts and boasted top NFL draft picks in left tackle Ronnie Stanley and center Nick Martin. The Fighting Irish had a top 30 offense that year, averaging 470 yards per game, 207.9 rushing, and was 1 win away from the college football playoff. QB Primer, it's Brandon Wimbush's show this year. WR Primer, experience. Depth makes WR core strength for Irish names to no greater than Mike McGlinchey. 6'8", 315. Graduate student. Greater than Quentin Nelson. 6'5", 330. Senior. Greater than Sam Mustipher. 6'2", 305. Senior. Greater than Alex Bars. 6'6", 312. Senior. Greater than Tommy Creamer. 6'5", 314. Sophomore. Greater than William Chunberg. 6'6", 300. Sophomore. Greater than Robert Hensey. 6'4", 290. Freshman. Greater than Trevor Relland. 6'3", 302. Junior. Greater than Aaron Banks. 6'5", 325. Freshman. Greater than Jimmy Byrne. 6'4", 285. Senior. Greater than Hunter Biden. 6'6", 315. Graduate student. Skip and skip X and bed X share clothes. Things are starting to heat up in camp for the Irish. Lake and Littman / into Star Battle at right tackle. Claudine Wister's been a question mark over the right tackle spot since spring. At first the competition was between sophomores Creamer and Chunberg. But true freshman Hensey has pushed himself into the mix. With 3 weeks until the season begins, Kelly has yet to see enough separation to declare one of those guys a definitive starter. Double quote Tommy, William, Robert are all in a competitive situation. Kelly said, we'll keep bouncing them around. Double quote Notre Dame lost 2 centers during the offseason when Parker Boudria and Treason Hoch transferred out of the program. To fill the void behind Mustipher, Kelly has moved Relland from guard to center. Double quote he single quote has got some really good instincts at the position, and that happened in terms of what we saw in the spring. Kelly said of the decision, he snapped the ball pretty good, not great, but pretty good to start. He would be the next guy in the rotation, so it made sense to move him there. Double quote Alex Bars would be our next guy that has taken snaps at the center position. We had him work all summer snapping the ball and he did a pretty effective job. Colin Grunhard, who is a walk-on, has been a pleasant surprise for us snapping the ball. He's a tough kid and he would be our 4th. Double quote how up-tempo affects all Fighting Irish offensive lineman Sam Mustipher, 53. Quentin Nelson, 56, and Mike McGlinchey, 68, all started last season for Notre Dame. Photo, Kevin Jarrett USA Today Sports right parenthesis new offensive coordinator Chip Long promised on day 1 that Notre Dame would go extremely fast this season. Last year while he was coaching at Memphis, the Tigers averaged 74.1 plays per game through 13 games, while the Irish averaged 68.8 through 12. Though Notre Dame has only been practicing for a week, the players can tell a difference in pace. Thanks to new strength coach Matt Bollies and the workout program he put them through over the summer, the big guys up front are in shape to handle it. Insider, Irish defensive improvement needs to start up front. More, lighter, faster, happier. Niles Morgan ready to lead ND defense. Double quote we wouldn't be able to play faster if things stayed the way they were. That's for sure, McGlinchey said. Coach Bollies, he kicked our ass all off season and we're gonna benefit from that. Last year felt lethargic on your first day. Double quote the example he gave to prove the summer program is helping is an up-tempo drill where they had to run 8 plays as fast as humanly possible. In years prior, it had always been the hardest drill. McGlinchey said. Double quote I don't want to say it was a breeze, but it's certainly a lot easier than it has been in years past. He said. Skip and Skip X in bed X share close QB Brandon Wimbish talks about getting comfortable within the offense. Lakin Littman / and Starfenel Worden Lynchy and Nelson figured to be top picks in next year's NFL draft. Early 2018 mock drafts had McGlinchey as a first-round selection. This season will be McGlinchey's second starting at left tackle, so he is expected to be more comfortable in that position. Last year he made the switch from the right side, replacing Stanley. He committed 9 false starts, 6 in the final 4 games, and 3 more penalties. One of the main reasons he didn't go to the NFL last year, he said, was to come back and clean up those mistakes. Double quote first and foremost I'm gonna stop jumping off sides, McGlinchey declared in the spring. That'll be nipped in the bud, and then, just becoming as consistent of a football player as I can be. I know I'm capable of doing all the things I need to do as a left tackle. It's just a matter of doing them. More, story being Ara Parsegian's weekly lunches. More, how Brian Kelly once made Ara Parsegian visit McGlinchey said he thought he spread himself too thin last season when things got tough and tried to do everyone else's job. Now he's focused on doing his own and trusting his other linemen. That outlook should bode well for the unit, considering it's protecting quarterback Brandon Wimbish, who will rely on them in his first season as a starter. Wimbish is still very much in learning process mode right now, and Kelly is confident he'll be ready in time for the first game against Temple. But having that veteran line will be invaluable to him. Follow Industar reporter Lakin Littman on Twitter and Instagram, @LakinLittman.